Hello, everyone. I'm Sam, and you're listening to Sam's podcast. People often ask me how to forget the past, to forget those foolish, naive, and stupid times. How to put it all in a box and throw it into the sea, never to resurface. How to select all, hit delete, and erase all those unpleasant memories from the past. You ask such difficult questions, and it feels like we can never truly do that. And I wonder, why do we want to forget it? Why do we need to run from it? And why do we have to hate our old selves? Sam, used to be like that too. I truly hated myself for my mistakes, my wrong decisions, and even my stubborn personality. But that's been a long journey. At least now, I've come to realize that those times are a part of life, and we have to learn how to love ourselves, even our old selves with all their innocence and foolishness. Today, I really want to talk to you about the topic. I no longer hate my old self. Lately, I've been getting rid of some things. To be honest, I'm not someone who owns a lot of clothes, but still, every 1-2 years, I'll organize my wardrobe, select items to declutter. Some I sell, some I donate. It's like giving my closet a detox. The fewer things, the better, just keeping what I wear regularly. There are also many items I received as gifts or bought but didn't wear much, so I'll get rid of those. While Sam, was cleaning up, I found my old pair of shoes. It's a pair with a tear near the big toe of the right foot. Those shoes hold so many memories of my youth. I bought them in 2014, I think. It was the result of saving money for a long time to buy my first pair of Nike shoes. And it was during a sale, too. They were 50% off, still cost about 1.2 million VND, but it was a real bargain because I wore them for so long, throughout my university years. I wore them from 2014 to 2018, 4 years. Actually, they're still wearable, but I think I want to keep them as a memento. It's been so long since I've taken them out that I'd completely forgotten about them. But because of those shoes, all these old memories resurfaced today, and I really want to share these thoughts that are stirring in my heart with you. I'll tell you more about this pair of shoes. Back when I was a student, late first year, early second year, I was 18 or 19, full of energy. I took a part-time job at a fashion store. Normally, I'd walk to school every day because my house was quite close, only about 500-600 meters away, not a very long distance. But once I started the part-time job, the store was about 2-3 kilometers away. So every day I'd walk from home to school, then from school to the clothing store, and back again. I felt like my old shoes were too stiff for all that walking. My feet would ache so much every night after such long distances. That's when I decided I would save money to buy a new pair of shoes. And that's how I got those shoes, which made walking less painful. It was my first pair, and for me, it always holds a very special mark and memory. I'm a forgetful person. I don't remember everything from the past, only truly special events get stored in my mind. And those shoes accompanied me through my 19s and 20s, through so many moments that I might never experience again. In my 20s, I was a very innocent girl. Actually, I'm still a bit innocent now, but with more experience, I'm a little less so. At 20, 2 very important people entered my life, bringing much meaning to me. They appeared when I was around 18 or 19 and left when I was about 20. Actually, I was the one who left, but only because I couldn't bear it anymore. During that time, I truly hated myself. It felt like all the important people in my life were gone, no longer present. They no longer valued me as I wished. There was nothing to do but sit and lament, blaming myself, wondering where I went wrong, what I did to make those relationships fade and the deception become so obvious. When I love someone or am friends with someone, I give my all. I want to give them the best, and naturally I expect the same in return. Who doesn't, right? We all want to love and be loved. All the relationships that emerged during that period were very new to me because I had come to a new place, meeting and experiencing things, and making friends with complete strangers for the first time. It's difficult to recount it to you in detail because the more detailed it gets, the more blame, fatigue, and accusations there would be. But now, I no longer feel sad about those things. I believe I am responsible for my own life, so even meeting those people at that time was a necessary and correct decision for me to learn what I truly needed and what values I desired. So I no longer blame anyone. I no longer lament or feel exhausted. Instead, I look back at the entire journey that has brought me to today. I view my 20-year-old self from a very different perspective now, but back then, there was nothing but blame and sorrow. I hated myself, even 6 months or a year later. I still hated that life at the time. because all the people I cared about had left, and I myself had to choose to walk away because I couldn't endure it anymore. I know that all of us have hidden corners, memories that are very difficult to recount clearly and distinctly, because we no longer want to bring them up again. We no longer want to go back to that time to dwell on every pain, every tear, every bitterness. Perhaps our bodies are too intelligent. They try to soothe the pain by making us remember the most beautiful memories. It's the same now. I always remember them with the fondest memories and the happiest moments. Until I saw those shoes again, which held so many of the saddest moments. Those shoes accompanied me throughout that entire journey, from when we were happy and cheerful until we said goodbye. I wrote a very long letter to both of them. One person I wrote to via email, and the other by hand. I traveled a very long way, almost 20 kilometers, to deliver that letter along with the cake that person loved, just to say goodbye. It sounds ridiculous, clearly. It was as if I didn't truly want to break up, still wanting to hold on to something. And I felt that I was very foolish for giving so much to people who truly didn't deserve it. But looking back now, I realize I did what felt right in my heart at that time, with the thoughts I had then. There's nothing to be ashamed of or to blame myself too much for anymore, because I acted according to what I wanted at that moment. I lived true to my heart. If someone treats you badly, you might immediately want to blame them loudly. I used to be like that too, but once you reach a breaking point, people just want peace. They no longer want to blame, no longer want to bother, no longer want to explain. Ultimately, they just want to send one final message: thank you and goodbye. If 2017, when I was 22, was filled with the uncertainty of youth, then my early 20s were a deeply emotional and spiritual crisis for someone who gave so much and longed to receive. But things didn't go as planned. Perhaps even now, looking back at my life from 18 to almost 28, the past 10 years, I would say that was the worst period. Not that it's worst anymore, it's just a stream of memories that can be remembered or forgotten, but it happened nonetheless. And I am here today, a bit more mature, more independent, truly understanding what I want, and truly having people who cherish me. I feel grateful for all the times I went through. I appreciate myself during that period because if I hadn't been so naive and hadn't loved someone wholeheartedly, hadn't wholeheartedly helped and supported someone with all my heart, then perhaps I wouldn't have known what such immense pain felt like. And I wouldn't have known how to truly love someone correctly. If I could give so much affection to people who weren't meant for me, then when I meet the right person, I cherish them even more. I know what I need to do to preserve that relationship. I am truly grateful for that time, and even now, I feel grateful to the people who appeared in my life and caused me pain. Thank you for teaching me so many life lessons. There were times when I saw myself as a girl with a fierce, hot temper who disliked relying on others and was sometimes a bit stubborn. I think I saddened some people with my stubbornness and selfishness, because after my 20s, I became more withdrawn. I wanted to live more for myself. I had given so much and received so little in return. I didn't want to interact or get close to anyone. Fortunately, my family and close friends always supported me and stood by me during that difficult time. And later, as I experienced more, after going through that period, and having younger friends, new friends, older mentors, I gradually learned to find more balance. Not being overly selfish, but also not completely forgetting myself. I found a balanced enough point to respect myself and respect others. If my past self hadn't been so naive or so stubborn, perhaps my current self wouldn't have learned how to find balance. I am grateful for all that past foolishness, and I am also silently grateful to everyone who was understanding towards me, even when I made them sad. Honestly, I don't want to sit here and drag out all your old memories, because I understand that when you hear these things, many unpleasant or ugly memories from your past might resurface. But please don't think of them as something bad. They're not bad in that way. When we look back at our past selves, we see so much personal growth from then until now, and that's something to be glad about, isn't it? Even people you once strongly disliked, perhaps now you no longer hate them. You might even wish them a happy life of their own. There are times when you feel ashamed, memories that are extremely uncomfortable that you don't want to recall, can't forget, but also don't want to remember. I'm very sorry if what I'm sharing brings back your memories, but if they do come back, I want to share a message with you. Perhaps it's time to set them free. To let those memories be free means we no longer hold onto the emotions attached to them. We no longer harbor hatred, discomfort, shame, or self-loathing, or loathing for anyone from the past. Let's just let them drift away and gently accept them as a part of our lives. Life is a long film, after all. Ultimately, we will all pass on. Every year, every month, every day we live is a moment of growth. Everything in the past, no matter how good or bad, is still a part of life. How we live now is what truly matters. Right now, Sam wants you not to hate your present self, nor your past self, including the most vulnerable times. Perhaps now you're successful, you've achieved your own accomplishments, and you absolutely love your current life. But that doesn't mean we have to despise our old selves from those days when we had nothing, when we were poor, lacking, and clumsy. Sam believes that even now, when I earn more money, am more financially independent, can buy very expensive things, expensive skincare products, designer bags, many Nike shoes that I can now afford, I will always cherish all the things that supported me during my time of hardship. The shoes I painstakingly saved up for are still here, and I keep them as a memento. I will never forget all those times because they shaped me into who I am today. Even the house without light that I told you about, if it hadn't sheltered me from the sun and rain, of course, I wouldn't be here today. Later, we will have more things, we will definitely grow. You will have a bright future ahead with so many things to look forward to. You'll grow up, learn, and acquire many things, but never deny or hate your old self. Life will continue, and Sam believes that everything that has passed is truly beautiful. Everyone we've met has taught us a lesson, even if we're no longer close, no longer intimate, no longer in love. That's no reason to hate them, because those are the people we chose during those months and days. We simply followed our hearts. If we made mistakes, let's ask for permission to correct them and permission to take responsibility for our lives. Sam hopes that the peaceful message I've shared with you today makes you feel lighter, and I am certain that if we can embrace this message, your life will become much more comfortable and happier when we learn to cherish and be grateful for even the most difficult times. I don't know what your youth held. I'm very curious, but you can keep it to yourselves. Regardless, I'm here and listening to you. I don't claim to understand everyone or all the pain you've experienced, but I believe that all wounds will heal through our appreciation for life and for ourselves, not just in the happiest moments, but also in the worst moments. And from now on, I hope you will no longer hate your old self. Thank you all very much for listening to today's podcast. I'll see you in the next podcasts, and good night.